Dylan Fletcher on the starboard side helm for T6 today. A busy day for the team, 2 boats in the water again for the second day consecutively. Just tell us, how different is it when you're running 2 boats, just T6 or just the AC40?
Yeah, obviously, when we do 2 boat days, it's more work for everyone. So today it was good to get out in T6 early and get sort of the test list ticked off. Then the AC40 can go out this afternoon and focus on preparing for Villanova.
Yesterday there was some technical issues with T6, frustrating day, not much sailing. They're all resolved now?
Yeah, no, T6 was on good form today. Obviously frustrating for us yesterday at times, but unfortunately that's days that you have to experience at times, and the boat was firing today and conditions are fantastic. So
just describe those conditions for us.
Yeah, I think it's a typical thermal breeze that built from 8 knots up to about 14 knots at the end. I think it was about 0.8 of a metre of swell from the east, so kept it interesting.
It looks like the boat looked under control the whole time you were out there. There was a bit of swell though, and at times we saw some big splashdowns. What is it that causes that?
Yeah, I think it depends. You're always trying to balance between, clearing the bustle, and then you've got the foil and how much tip out. And so we're experimenting with different options, and sometimes, we get it a little bit wrong, and you either ventilate the whole foil or the bustle touches too much, and that's when you see those moments.
I guess you're still gathering, I'm sure you're still gathering data on both the foils that you've got in the boat at the moment. How different are those 2 foils to sail with?
Yeah, they're quite different. As you can see, there's big differences between how they look, and both have got their pros and cons, but ultimately they're just providing data for Brackley, and they're able to hopefully design a very fast race yacht for us.
We talk a lot about the foils. We don't talk very often about the rudders. I think T6 has had the same rudder right since its inception. Will you experiment with rudders on T6?
I don't know, it's something we might see. I think all teams, in fact, haven't really done very much in rudders, and you see a lot of the others have, even on the standard AC40 one, so maybe down the line it's something we'll see, but at the moment she's been good performer. We
noticed a lot these days you're using the 5th man role on the boat. I think initially when we ever asked about that, it was just to give somebody a bit more experience, but we feel like there's a role now on the boat that the 5th man's performing. We noticed a display that they're using. Can you tell us anything about that?
Not really. Yeah, sometimes they are helping, but most of the time they're just sort of, their eyes, and I think it's good for them to have some experience of the race yacht, or T6, which will then be the good experience for the race yacht.
We wondered maybe whether they were having a look at the cameras and looking at sail shapes and maybe giving some feedback.
Maybe.
All right, Dylan, I won't push you too hard. Thanks for sharing that info with us.